It's been a long couple weeks. Really not a lot of fun. The fun's in the winning, and it's good to see the guys bounce back tonight and really play a heck of a ball game against a very good team. Georgia Tech averaging 372 yards rushing, coming in here, I think third in the country, and to hold them almost 200 yards under that, that just, can't say enough about our players and our staff. Guys were ready to go, so hats off to the team. Again, defensively, I think they had 225 yards total. Trey Lamar was awesome. He had 11 tackles. We had 11 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, and they don't really throw it a whole lot. So to get 4 sacks on the team, they doesn't throw it a whole lot. That's really says a lot. But the guys were locked in and really ready to go. Loved how they responded on the one long play that they had. We dug in down there and held them to a field goal. Just really proud of the defense. 3 of 14 on third down. I think maybe 8 3-and-outs or something. And that's just critical to have a chance to beat these guys because they're a 4-down team all the way if you give them third or fourth and shorts. So you got to be great on first down, and I thought we were all night. Offensively, we're at our best when we can have that type of balance. Rush the ball for 200-something yards and really rush the ball for more. We had a couple of boneheaded plays there with some snap screw-ups that cost us probably about 30 yards, but we ran the ball very, very well and threw the ball well. 22 of, I think, 33, and probably we had 4 or 5 missed opportunities that I thought we had a chance on, but just proud of our team, how they responded. No sacks in a really, really difficult situation. We had the 1 turnover, but for the most part, we did an excellent job. I thought Kelly Bryant was outstanding. He did a great job of leading our guys, great decisions with the scheme as far as where the ball needed to be directed to, and really proud of our offensive line. So good day overall, and then special teams to see Alex Spence go out there and knock one down in the rain, soggy field, and right down the middle. So, we just got to make those layups. And for him to bounce back, obviously a really disappointing performance up at Syracuse, and to see Alex come back and make one like that, hopefully that's something that'll give him some confidence. And then, you never talk about the snappers, but to snap the ball, Austin Spence and Phibbs, for those guys to go out there and snap the ball in the rain like that and do a really good job, it's hats off to them. So Will Spires did an excellent job of executing his what we asked him to do, whether we were rugbying it or punting it just normal. And kickoff coverage, I thought, set the tempo. Again, we kind of treat that. We say that's the first play of defense, and I thought they did a nice job of doing just that. But again, just proud of our team. And we're going into November now, and this is where we wanted to be in November, to be one of the teams that has a shot to win the division. And if you can win the division, you got a chance to win the conference. So that's where we are. We got a tough road ahead, but look forward to getting back to work tomorrow and preparing this week for a tough road trip up to Raleigh.
Why didn't we see Dexter Lawrence much second, third, fourth quarter?
Well, he got rolled up. They high-load him early in the game, but he went back in there. They just kind of taped him up and went back in there. But just was a little sore latter part of the game. But he was in there in the second half as well. But we rolled all them guys and held them down. I don't know how many snaps they had, but it was below their total, their normal.
What's the status of Tanner Muse's wrist?
He had a broken bone in his hand, and so just casted it up, and he was adamant to go play, and so they just put him in a big old cast, and he went back out and played.
What influences the decision to choose a rugby punt versus a regular punt?
We were just just trying to buy a little more time to hold the ball. It's a soggy field, really heavy. It's slippery out there, and just really trying to negate the return and give our guys. We almost hit them one time, but that's really it. Just trying to buy a little time and give our gunners a little more time to get down there and pretty much take the return off.
Yeah, but how important was the aggressive aggressive mindset on offense coming right out.
Yeah, we talked about, just attacking right out of the gate. And I told them at the hotel today, listen, I don't care if it rains or whatever. That's not going to change how we're going to play the game. And we stayed aggressive the whole day. And again, that was a run pass option, and we gave Kelly a lot of flexibility tonight in what he could do with our run game, pass game combined, and he did a great job of making good decisions all night long. But we were going to take what they were going to give us, and weren't really sure how they were going to play us because they played some teams one way, and then you watch Wake Forest last week, and it was a totally different style of play defensively. So I felt like we did a good job of identifying what their plan was, and they're not used to playing that many snaps. I mean, they're used to controlling the clock and the play count. But the third down was critical. Or they 3 of 14 on third down. That's not the norm for them. And we were pretty dang salty on third down. I think we were maybe 6 of 10 at half, something like that. So that was big. And I think at the end, with the combination of the weather and the like I said, you get heavy quick, and it's not great footing. We were able to have enough misdirection, and where we were keeping them off balance.
Coach, after all the work that Milan's put in, it had to be nice to see him get in the end zone finally.
Yeah, it was awesome. And and his uncle, Herschel, has been here for the last 2 days, and that was pretty cool. Come out to practice yesterday, and Herschel Walker standing there, and that would have been. I wouldn't have made my top 10 most unlikely things to ever occur in my life, because I would have never even thought to put it on that list. But to walk the Tiger Walk and to come into the lobby, and there's Herschel Walker in a bright orange Clemson shirt, high-fiving me and giving me a hug, was an out-of-body experience going on right there. And then to see Milan get a touchdown on the one game, because we've been hoping he would come. He just hadn't had an opportunity to get here yet. And this weekend worked out for him to come. So I think that's pretty cool that Herschel was here to see Milan get his first touchdown catch, and well executed. That was a little play action pass, and good to see Kelly make a great throw and Milan come down with it.
Coach, what did you say to Travis Etienne after that fumble in the first quarter?
What I say to him, I just told him, listen, I mean, it's a wet night, and we just got to hold on to it. I told him Hank Aaron hit 755 home runs, but he struck out 1,383 times. So that's really what I told him. You just get back in there. So what are you going to do? He's a young guy. I mean, it's a monsoon out there, and he's running hard. Had a great run, and so just. Told him he's going to have to go back in. So it was good to see him get back in there and do some good things. He'll continue to grow from that.
Have you ever coached in a game with 7 combined fumbles? And did you start to realize later in the game there's a lot of fumbles? Got to change strategy a little bit?
No, we didn't really talk about changing the strategy. I'm sure I have. I'm sure I've been a part of many games like that where there's been a bunch. I know I've had a bunch of turnover. I've had some games where we've had 5 and 6 turnovers, and other teams had some, but. I think maybe against Louisville last year there might have been about 8 total turnovers. I don't know if they were all fumbles, but it's just sloppy night. But fortunately, only one of them cost us.
You had to be impressed with the fan turnout tonight.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, it was just incredible. I told our team that in pregame. I was like, I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, you got people drive forever and sit out there in the rain. I mean, they're just sitting there in the rain, just pouring down rain, and it's a packed house. I mean, what a privilege to be able to play a game and have so many people care and show up. I mean, it's one of the greatest venues that you could ever be a part of. I mean, it's not this way everywhere, and I know that. But really appreciative of our fans for showing up, and it was an awesome environment. And our players were ready. I mean, they were locked in, and I thought the fans did a great job of kind of helping that energy.
Reminder for themselves about how well they could play. How important do you feel like that was for them to come out and set the tone and be dominant?
Well, I mean, it was important that we all play well tonight, just because that was what it was going to take to win. And if if we didn't play well on defense tonight, we wouldn't have been able to win. I think just responding and just refocusing and getting back to work. That's what's in front of you. That's what you control. And everybody gets knocked down from time to time, but it's just always how you respond. And good to see this team take ownership and go back to work. Like I said, it's been a long 2 weeks. Been a tough 2 weeks, but sometimes maybe if we hadn't lost that game, maybe we wouldn't have had quite the opportunity. You always have an opportunity to teach, but maybe not quite the opportunity to really teach this young team. This is a really young. I was talking to you about that yesterday. This is a very, very young football team, and we had a great opportunity 2 weeks. I'm kind of glad we didn't play the next week because you turn around, you got to get right back at it so fast. This we had to kind of waller in it a little bit, and that's what this group needed.
Coach, brought Hunter Johnson in the fourth quarter. Was there something you saw from him during practice over the week that made you decide to put him in before the game?
No, Streeter came to me right there at the end. He said, "Hey, you okay if I put Hunter in right here?" I said, "Yeah, put him in." So that was it.
Was there any concern with the conditions being what they were for Kelly going out there early on, and how do you think he did early on managing the ankle and the towel?
Yeah, I mean, he was great. I mean, he had 274 yards and 2 touchdowns, so he was awesome. He rushed for almost 70 yards. Did a great job. They did a great job. We knew he was going to have a few tough runs, and he did. But finished strong.
Your players have a lot to do with it, but what is it about Coach Venables that has enabled him to shut down Georgia Tech's offense year after year?
Well, Coach Venables, the first thing he'd say, he's got good players. I promise you, that'd be the first thing he'd tell you. We got a group of players that buy in and they're coachable. So that's where it starts. And then Brent just is incredibly detailed and passionate about what he does. And we got a great staff to go alongside Brent, and the guys respond. But again, you got to give credit to these players because we've recruited well, but you gotta be coachable. And I promise you, nobody coaches them harder than Brent. He brings a sense of urgency every single day and a level of intensity that if you're not ready for that, you're gonna have a long day at practice. And I just think that he does a great job of helping create that mindset that you have to be consistent and successful.
Coach, you said how tough these past 2 weeks have been. These next two, I'm sure, will be very difficult as there's now immediacy to this next goal of yours to achieve. How do you work with the team and continue to show them what to do as they approach this home stretch here of the ACC season? Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's the biggest game of the year. That's there's no different. It's next game, and again, you just embrace the opportunity. We're where we want to be. I mean, we got a chance. We're gonna find out if we're good enough or not, but we've got a chance, and that's where you want to be. There's a lot of talking that goes on in July and August and September and October. That's what the old saying, they remember November, right? And that's for a reason. Because if you're in the hunt in November, it's like playoff season. Everybody wants to extend the playoffs. Well, let me tell you, we got layers of playoffs. It's a playoff mentality every week, the rest of the way, and that's the way it should be. So you got opportunity, so we got about, I don't know, it's after midnight, so we got about 13 days left to the end of the division race, and it ain't going to be easy, man. You just keep running, run it to win, and run it with endurance, and you got a shot.
Going back to the players, it was kind of highlighted by that swag surf and dance in the third quarter, but how much fun did you see them having out there today? Oh, they had a lot of fun. Again, you just got to embrace it. Just miserable conditions and all that, but I thought they just embraced it and had fun. I mean, that was one of the things we talked about. We wanted to get our momentum back and get our swagger back tonight a little bit, and I thought that was on full display with those guys. They played really well and played together, swarmed to the ball, and on both sides and special teams.
Anything else?
Normally you talk about 80 plays being a benchmark for winning, and tonight you had 78. Does that number change against Georgia Tech a little bit due to the nature of their offense? And
No, we want to have 80 plus, regardless of who we play, especially Georgia Tech, because that means you're limiting their possessions. It's normally the other way around, and if they can hold you down, you're probably in for a long night. But we were right where we needed to be and slowed it down there in the fourth quarter. We tried to. We didn't quite execute the victory or the milk the clock offense there like we need to. So we'll coach that up a little bit.
Coach Danny Ford was named to the Hall of Fame on the day that you won your national title. I guess you weren't on the field to see it, but pretty cool to have him honored before the game tonight. Yeah, I didn't get to see that, but Tim told me what was going on. I just think it's awesome. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? I mean, I remember when they announced it back in Tampa. Then we won the national championship. So amazing. And Tim told me we actually have the exact same record, which it just blows my mind. So I just hope I can get to 97. Hopefully we can get one more somewhere along the way here.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.